Good morning, everybody. It is a Monday morning, the last Monday of October, and it's still 1 billion degrees here in Florida. So bear with me as I try to cool off this beautiful Monday morning with my cold brew. We'll be going through all the hot players and the cold players from week 8. It was a very underwhelming week. If you watched the entire slate of NFL football this week, it was a lot of blowouts, a lot of unimportant games, and a lot of disappointment. So we'll be going through all of disappointments, all of the good stuff right after this. So while I move my mouse over here to get us on the other side, I'll see you over there.
You're watching Cold Brews and Hot Takes, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
That is right. I do have a thick beard in case you weren't paying attention, Justin. You've been gone for 2 weeks. Halloween is right around the corner. And just to let you guys know, I am dressing up for Halloween because I have children. And my son is going to be a Minecraft diamond armor person. He's got diamond armor. He's got the whole setup. He's got the sword. He's got the hat, the shoes, the everything. And I'm going to be Jack Black. From Minecraft, which he's Steve. The only thing is the turquoise blouse that he wears in the actual film, you can buy it for the low price of $49.99. So I'm not going to go full authentic with my costume because I'm not going to spend. I haven't spent more than $10 on a t-shirt in over 20 years. You're not going to get me starting to spend $50 on a turquoise blouse to dress up as Jack Black. But if you're dressing up for Halloween, please put your comments below. Who are you going to be for Halloween? Me? Steve. Great movie. Good movie. So I am Jack Black. So thank you for that, Jamie. Good morning to everybody. If you're just now filing in, we are going to get to it pretty soon. I'm not going to yell this morning. I'm not going to scream. I say that every show. I say every show I'm not going to lose my mind and get upset. This show I'm not. I'm going to stay cool, stay calm, stay collective because honestly, all my teams lost pretty much in fantasy this week and expected to because of the Mageddon and all that fun stuff that went down. We do. My wife's name is Jack E. Black. Um, Jack Black's a great actor. And I'm glad that he turned into the kids filmmaker instead of making more Tenacious D stuff. So my kid can enjoy him and we can enjoy him together. But that's off the topic. We'll talk about that soon. But where is topic is fantasynowplus.com. Make sure you follow the website. You can go to our websites where all of our rankings are. We get asked questions all the time in our Discord. Do you guys have rankings? Do you publish rankings? Yes, we do. We all rank. Everybody that's a part of the Fantasy Now site on Fantasy Pros. So you can check out either Fantasy Pros and look us up, or the easier way, fantasynowplus.com. Make sure you follow us on our socials: Blue Sky, Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok. One of those will be on there. And plus, of course, Finn's Talk Sports Network. I'm sure those guys are so stoked about the Miami Dolphins win this weekend. I bet you they're all over the moon. They beat the Falcons. Yeehaw. Go Fins. Fins up. So go follow them as well. Finn's Talk Sports Network. Good morning, Zach. Jamie says, I'm going to be Harold Fannon's stepdad for Halloween. I still didn't get those pics, buddy. I need to see this mom. I would love to see the mom of Harold Fannin, just because we might have something in common. I don't. One thing leads to another. I don't know. I don't know. Things happen. Speaking of things happening, we did have some injuries, some pretty bad injuries, some pretty annoying injuries. We'll start with the big one. I don't know why they like to replay these. I know it's Halloween. I know people like spooky stuff and yada yada yada. We didn't need to see the Cam Scatterboo injury played again. Red zone. So Scott Hansen and the crew up there, I know I was watching and you said, "Oh, we're going to show it. Could we get another angle?" We don't need to see other angles. Just his ankle was in a 90-degree angle, not where it should be. And I didn't need to see that. You didn't need to see that. Poor bad news for Cam Scatterboo. Jackson Dart visibly upset. Scatterboo, It hasn't been announced yet. If it has, I missed it. Most likely out for the season, dislocated ankle. Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary will be the ones to pick up there if you have that question. That's for tomorrow at noon with Charlene and Justin. Quinshawn Judkins left the game with a shoulder injury. Again, monitor for, practice reports and if he's going to play. Dylan Sampson is going to be the fill-in if Judkins cannot go. And Saquon Barkley missed the fourth quarter to a growing injury. Tank Bigsby out of nowhere. So if you are needing a running back and Saquon Barkley cannot go, Tank Bigsby. That's 3 running backs out or hit the injury report this week alone. So in 3 studs, let's not cut it. Those are 3 top 15 backs, probably top 12. I didn't get the numbers off the top of my head, but I know Judkins and Cam were up there. I don't know where Barkley was. I'm assuming Barkley was up there as well. So 3 major running backs going down. Hopefully you don't roster all 3. It's a possibility because of where they were being drafted. So hopefully you dodged that bullet. All right. We had some great performances yesterday. A lot of high scoring. What's my Twitter handle? My Twitter handle is actually, I do have a Twitter handle. Do I go on Twitter? No. But I do have a Twitter handle. It's Josh Kimmel OUS. Once in a while, Bobby Melendez will tag me on Saturdays because we do go live for No Holds Barred Wrestling. And he does tag me. So I do know I get notifications sometimes. To be honest with you, if you guys really want to peek behind the curtain, I have 2 phones. Okay. This is for Pokemon in regular life, right? Pokemon Go in regular life. This is my old phone. And it's strictly to message people on Twitter that I don't have their phone numbers. So the only way I can get on Twitter is this phone, my iPhone 13 that's cracked beyond recognition, but that's how I message people on Twitter. I can't get it on my new phone because I don't know the password. And I'm not going to verify. I don't care to. So just fun fact. I use this literally every Wednesday to message my wrestling guys. I'm so dumb. All right. Scatterboo was running back 10. Judkins was running back 16. And Barkley was 9. Yeah, so they were all top guys and all hit the injury report at the same time. Last night, the King played his former team. The King as in Aaron Rodgers. He lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it's okay. It's just a regular season game. Not a big deal at all. Jordan Love went off. He's currently the quarterback 1 this week, scoring 28.3 fantasy points. He had 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. And the biggest takeaway of this whole thing was, what did Christian Watson do? What did Tucker Kraft do? What did everybody do? Well, Jordan Love spread the ball around. He threw it to 10 different people. 10 different people caught the football. And it was the most spread around offense of all time, minus Tucker Kraft, who just went bananas last night. Again, scoring 2 touchdowns. Again, over 100 yards. Tucker Kraft is the real deal, Holyfield. And I think he is the number 1 option there. And I stand by it. All you Orlando Scott Fish bowlers who laughed at me for taking Tucker Kraft in the 10th round when Jaden Reed was still available, who's laughing now? Tucker Kraft is a stud, and Jordan Love is also a super stud. So, well, I won't go super stud. I'll just go regular stud. But Jordan Love is the quarterback 1 of the week. So far, we still have Mahomes and Marcus Mariota to go tonight. I'm sure Mariota won't hit that number, but Mahomes possibly could. More on him later in the nightcap. Drake May. We all saw it coming. We all saw the blow-ups coming. We saw it. He's going to be the next big thing. We'll all be drafting him top 3 in Superflex redraft, or not, redraft and Dynasty. He's the new Justin Fields. He's the new CJ Stroud. He's the new Jaden Daniels. Every year there's one, and he's going to be the one who propels himself into the top 5, possibly top 3 in your Dynasty rankings. He's going to be up there. It's inevitable. He's super awesome. Obviously, he's currently the quarterback 1 in all of fantasy by 0.2 points, just by 0.2. Mahomes plays tonight, so just 1 completion will pass Drake May. But just the fact that Drake May is doing this, and I'm not going to say doing this without a star on his team because he does have Stephon Diggs. He doesn't rely on Stephon Diggs, and I don't think Stephon Diggs can be the superstar he was when he was with Josh Allen or Kirk Cousins. Drake May has been unbelievable. I can't think of a quarterback who's been sacked 5 times by the same player and still had a dominating win like Drake May and the New England Patriots had yesterday. Again, they're playing the Cleveland Browns. I understand that. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks. 5. That's unreal. I don't name another team that just had 5 sacks total yesterday. I mean, I'm sure there was. I just can't think of them. But Drake May went 19 for 24, super efficient, running for his life all day, super efficient, 282 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and on top of that, 50 yards on the ground, which is an additional passing touchdown if you look at it that way. Drake May is unbelievable. Second most sacked quarterback in the league, though. Second most, behind Cam Ward. Cam Ward has 34. Drake May's been sacked 28 times. Still running for his life. Still super efficient. This leads me to believe when they do add a superstar, if they do add a superstar, the ceiling is clearly the moon. Like, I don't see a Drake. I love Drake May. That's it. Like, I'm in love with Drake May. I'm a Dolphins sympathizer, so this kind of stinks that not only the Patriots just get off the Tom Brady run that I had to live through my entire 15 to 16 years of 20s and all the way to my mid 30s. It was miserable. It was misery. Now we have Drake May. Again, will he go on the same run as Tom Brady? I doubt it. But he's going to be super good, super excellent for the New England Patriots and for your fantasy football teams moving forward. Super annoying to Miami Dolphins fans. Extremely annoying. All right. We also have well, I just want to add this too. The leading receivers for the Patriots yesterday were Booty and Matt Collins. Booty had 3 for 75 and 1 touchdown. Matt Collins had 7 for 89. I'm tired of hearing, but he doesn't have any receivers. He doesn't have any help. Sometimes quarterbacks make their own luck. Sometimes quarterbacks make their own superstars. So if Justin Fields can't figure it out yet, sorry. Drake May has. Jonathan Taylor. I know Justin Fields had a big win. I know. Woo, right? Everyone's on blue sky. Oh, I'm so happy for Justin. Oh, Justin is overcoming all this. Justin this, Justin that. Oh, who threw the last touchdown pass? Wasn't Justin Fields. Jonathan Taylor blew up this week. Again. 3 touchdowns in 3 straight weeks or 4 straight weeks, whatever it may be. It seems like it's never going to end. He's never going to be stopped. 37.4 fantasy points this week. 12 carries. That's it. Just 12 carries for 153, 2 touchdowns, 2 catches, 21, 1 touchdown. My brother's a massive Colts fan, and he just had to he texts me every week, of course. I talk to my brother all the time. But what the one thing that stood out was he texted me, they all wrote Jonathan Taylor off. But he's still there. People, I don't know what it's like, or I don't know why people downgrade Jonathan Taylor year in, year out, and I'm one of them. When I saw Jonathan Taylor being drafted in my redraft leagues as high as he was going, I was like, come on, guys. He's not a pass catcher. I like Daniel Jones. I'm probably the only person that actually believes in Daniel Jones in the world. You don't believe me, go check out the August stuff, the May stuff, all that content I made back in May, June, July. Yeah, I was the only person talking up Daniel Jones. But I was like, yeah, they have Daniel Jones there. Like, he's not a superstar. He'll be better. Michael Pittman's just kind of there. Michael Pittman's not really a super. Like, there's nothing exciting about this Colts offense. I'm not alone in thinking that. You thought it, Jamie. You thought it. Everyone thought it. Everybody thought it. This isn't like, no. So the fact that Jonathan Taylor is doing this on this offense, and we didn't expect this amount of goodness, definitely probably the biggest value in fantasy right now, because he was going 2nd round, sometimes 3rd round in leagues, and he's playing like the 1st overall pick. So Jonathan Taylor, it's week 8. We know who's good now. Jonathan Taylor is going to win you leagues. Simple as that. Simple as that. Excuse me, sir. Michael Pittman Jr.'s wide receiver 6. Yeah, go tell that guy on Twitter that one time, Justin, you were mad about. I forgot who it was, but you were really mad about that guy on Twitter who called him limited upside. No, I believe in Daniel Jones. Yeah, sure you do, Jamie. Sure you do. Everyone believes in him now. Who drafted him top 24 in their draft? Did anyone else? Did anyone else? Can anyone in the world claim that they drafted Daniel Jones as a top 24 player? One person can, for sure. Justin can vouch for me. I'm just kidding, Jamie. You probably did believe because you're a smart person. You're a smart person. Yeah, my co-host roasted me preseason for my take. Yeah, listen, it's simple. Play for Dayball, you suck. Get away from him, you're awesome. Saquon Barkley, Evan Ingram, Daniel Jones. What's Jackson Dart going to look like without Brian Dayball? That's the question. How good is he going to be? Is he going to be the best? Is he Dan Marino plus Tom Brady mixed in one that we haven't realized yet because Brian Dayball is still there ruining his life? Probably. Can't wait to see that. That's going to be awesome. Of course, Jones is quarterback 6. Mr. Limited. Everybody loves Tyler Warren now too, but everyone, and I mean everyone, said Tyler Warren is going to be bad this year. Yeah, that's true, Justin. I remember those times. I'll give you your flowers. You were the only one, and I stole your hot take. I stole it. I don't care. I can do what I want. I'll steal all your stuff, Justin. No, I stole his hot take that Tyler Warren was going to be a top 6 tight end this year, and he exceeding that. James Cook, unstoppable. If you really look at the matchups this week in the NFL, we should have all seen this coming. It was a bunch of lopsided matchups, a bunch of double-digit favorites. Like, this was favorite week. We knew the teams that were going to win. We knew the teams that were going to lose. So we should have seen it coming with James Cook running the ball 1,000 times. We should have seen all of this, but we didn't. We all knew James Cook was awesome. But 19 carries, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, again, to be one of the greatest running backs this year. He's up there with Jonathan Taylor. So don't get it twisted. He's still up there with those guys. I love James Cook. Crushed it this week. Saquon Barkley, before the injury, went off, caught a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, over 150 yards on the ground. This is what we've been waiting for Saquon. This right here, this explosion. It's just unfortunate. The man gets hurt in the fourth quarter. Keep a lookout on those injury reports. Brees, Mr. Ice in his veins, Brees Hall. The coaching staff didn't trust Mr. Buston to throw the game-winning touchdown, so they had to go to the running back. No, Brees Hall had a phenomenal day. 18 carries, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had a passing touchdown as well, as we all know, the game-winning passing. But hey, we're so proud of Justin. He came over all the adversity. He led the team down there. So proud of this guy. So proud of him. Brees Hall continues to be a stud, but his usage is so up in the air. Isaiah Davis was going off yesterday as well in his limited work. I just wish they used Brees like this every game. Like, why not always give him 18 carries? He's clearly your best or second best player on your team. Him and Garrett Wilson. Why are we giving him weeks with 9 carries? Why are we giving him single-digit opportunities in those weeks? But the weeks we do give him double-digit, like this, 18 carries, 2 receptions, should be more than 2 receptions. Should be 5, 6, 6, 7. Should be up there, but it's not. Brees is an elite athlete, and I can't wait till he goes to a team next year where they actually use him to his full ability, because 32.9 is where we drafted him, or why we drafted him so high in his rookie season, his sophomore season, and he's fallen off the wayside because of their usage. Again, kind of like Dayball. Get away from the Jets, you'll probably succeed. Use your best players, New York. It's not that difficult. It's not that hard. Troy Franklin out of nowhere, 8 catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did this against Indianapolis as well in week 2. A lot of people are going to be going on the waiver wire this week to get Troy Franklin, as they probably should. I have no ill will towards Mr. Troy Franklin. Just keep this in mind. And he's played 8 games this season. 8. Okay. In 6 of those games, he's had 180 total receiving yards. 2 of the games, his 2 good games, he had 178 receiving yards. So if you really want to keep on playing that game of, well, every fifth game or whatever, he's going to have a good game. You keep playing that game. But I'm going to keep on playing the odds and going, well, he's only good 2 out of 6, 2 out of 8 times a year. And in those games where he's not good, it's not like, oh, he only had 50 yards. No, he's only getting 9 yards. He's only getting 8 yards. He's only getting 20 yards. He's not really consistent enough for you to grab him, but he's going to be on every single waiver wire show this week. He's going to be on top of everyone's list. Just cut out the noise. Try to follow the actual game flows and statistics and use your brain, and do not fall into the trap of, well, he had a good week. Just chase those box scores. Keep in mind, people, he played Dallas in a game where Cortland Sutton also dropped a touchdown pass. We'll talk about Sutton later. He played Dallas, where everybody succeeds. And again, he's only had 2 weeks of his 8 be anything relevant. Anything else other than that, like wide receiver 45 or worse. So Troy Franklin, do whatever you want with him. I'm staying away. Jamar Chase, another great game, averaging 12.66 catches per game in the past 3 weeks. He has 4 total games over 10 receptions or more. No touchdowns this week, just a simple 12 catches, 91 yards. Just another day in the office. So Jamar Chase, I guess we cannot be worried about him anymore. Lab McConkey. I talk crap about a player, he succeeds. But if you listen to me for a while, I did say this. When Hampton got hurt, Lad's production's going to go up. And actually, that's happened since Amario and Hampton went down with that injury. Lad has been more involved. It's an extension of the run game. They can count on him. Lad McConkey, 6 catches, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. Of course, I love Lad. Just I don't see the upside like everybody else does. And the last person we're going to talk about, because the tight ends, we'll lump them all in one pretty soon, but Kayshon Boutte. You know, week in, week out, he does something. He does something. Make a long touchdown catch, make a long third down catch, whatever it is, he's doing something for the Patriots. This week was a lot, 16.5 fantasy points. Since week 6, which is a small sample size, he's wide receiver 7. He's had 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games. He's averaging 74.33 yards per game in that time frame. Kayshon Boutte might be the receiver to have in New England this year. But again, it's week 8 and we're still playing odds. Is it going to be Hunter Henry this week? Is it going to be Stephon Diggs? Is it going to be Boutte? Is it going to be Douglas? It's very frustrating to roster any of these guys. And I'll tell you why. Even with all these numbers and all these impressive stats from Kayshon Boutte, he still only has 10 catches in the past 3 weeks. Again, I don't know if I can trust a guy to catch a ball just 3 times a game and hope he scores a touchdown. I like more value players, like more volume players. I said value, volume over these hot flash guys like a Kayshon Boutte. But it's working right now. And Drake May and him have a connection right now. He's someone I may add, as they may want to get him more targets as he is excelling. So Kayshon Boutte, 16.5 fantasy points this week, continues to impress me. At least, because that's pretty wild stuff right there. I didn't expect Kayshon Boutte to be a thing ever in my life. Jamie says, I went balls deep in the Boutte this week, playing him in tons of leagues. Yeah. I wish I went balls deep in Boutte this week with Drake May. That would have been a great stack. As far as the tight ends go, I would say it's the usual suspects, but it's not. Tucker Kraft, 33.3 points this week. Aronde Gadsden, apparently he's a thing. Everyone's going wild over him. Bananas. I only laugh because I traded him in a second for Judkins in the preseason, laughing my way to the bank, and now all of a sudden Gadsden's a super stud. So did I get worked? I probably did. I probably did. And Jake Ferguson, big fat zero. Big fat zero. Great job on tight end day, Jake Ferguson. Big fat zero. Other people to talk about, of course, Harold Fannin Jr. We're all fans of Fannin, 18.4 fantasy points. And Dallas Goedert, slowly and quietly becoming a very, very good tight end, averaging 14.4 fantasy points per game. up there with the elite class of Jake Ferguson, McBride, and Kraft, to be honest with you. He's above Warren in that as well. He has more fantasy points than Tyler Warren as well. Dallas Goedert is scoring touchdowns at a very high rate with that offense, and it's someone to look after. I actually took the bet. I bet 4 tight ends to score touchdowns this week, and he was one of them, so I'm glad he scored. Unfortunately, Jake Ferguson was another, and he didn't score, so I lost that bet. I lost it. It's okay. It's all right. We got Monday Night Football to rebound. Monday Night Football to rebound. Real quick, gonna go through some bad players and then hit you off with the nightcap and get us on out of here. Again, I don't like to harp on bad players or bad performances, so I'll be quick with this. And I'm sure you already know because you roster most of these players. Baker Mayfield, 4.1 fantasy points per game. Should I make a short video on how he sucks? Should I make a video on how you should drop in him, how terrible he is? Because every time I do that, the players usually respond and blow up the very next week. So Baker, 4.1 is not going to cut it. After all this MVP talk I gave you for the past 5 weeks, you need to step it up. 152 yards, 0 rushing yards, 0 rushing yards. Like that doesn't happen with Baker. They won the football game. That's all that matters to him. But for fantasy, it doesn't. We need a little bit more than 4.1. Dak Prescott had his worst game of the year, 8.6, 2 interceptions, only 188 yards. Again, against Denver. Not that we expected this, but Dak has been awesome all year. So very underperforming performance. CMC, just 8 for 25, 3 catches, season low on everything, 9.8 fantasy points. Didn't even get double digits. That's unfortunate. He can't be Superman every single time. We didn't even expect what he's done this year. So everything he gives us is honestly gold at this point. It's just icing on top of the cake. Rachaad White, 8.1. I see your question over there, Forrest, but let me get through these real quick. Rachaad White, 8.1, he had 13 carries, 35 yards, back-to-back bad weeks. We need Bucky Irvin back in the worst way. This is why they went Bucky Irvin, because Rachaad White just wasn't good enough to handle the full load, and we're seeing it now. Bad weeks against Detroit and, of course, against New Orleans. We need you back, Bucky. And Bijan. Everyone had Bijan as a running back 1 this week, especially with London being out, with Michael Penix being out, them going against the Miami Dolphins. This was the Bijan game. Well, if you were expecting 5.8 and you're happy with that, congratulations. I'll tell you what, 99.999% of fantasy players are very upset with Bijan right now. Did not get going against the Miami Dolphins. So the 0.00001 people that are happy are the Miami Dolphins fans, by the way. Just let everyone know, including myself. I'm pretty happy that they shut him down. But Bijan Robinson, 5.8 fantasy points. Better days ahead, of course. And then the 2 bad receivers of the week, Emeka Mbuka, of course. Right, Baker struggles. Emeka's going to struggle. 3 for 35 on 9 targets. And Cortland Sutton, I put him here because he should have had what Troy Franklin had. Still had a good game, 10.7, 4 for 67. He should have had the Troy Franklin game. We all started Sutton. We didn't start Franklin. All right? We started Sutton, Bo Nix. Throw it to Sutton. He did drop a touchdown pass, and he had one called back. So he dropped one that he usually catches, and he had one called back for, I think it was offensive holding or something of that nature. So 2 touchdowns were called back from Sutton. Unfortunately, well, one was called back, one was dropped. We'll get to the nightcap real quick, but Forrest has a question. Had to start Gainwell. Need 2 points to win the Monday Night Football, or the MF had 4 points and fumbled. I literally won by 1 point. So, look, you're 6-2, man. Hey, a win's a win. A win is a win is a win is a win. 6-2 is a beautiful thing because, guys, let's face it. We have what? Week 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. 6 weeks until the playoffs. 6 weeks. 6 to 7 wins usually gets you in the playoffs. Getting that 6th win this week was massive for everybody if you achieved it. So congratulations, Force. I know I secured my 6th win in my home league, which I'm pretty much celebrating a playoff berth at that point. Usually, if you've been playing fantasy long enough, 6, 7 wins get you in the playoffs. So congratulations to all. Just don't mess it up. Just win one more game and really clinch yourself. Just really, really do it. All right. The nightcap tonight, we have a very interesting matchup. Washington Commanders travel to Kansas City. The Chiefs, as far as I'm concerned, on my Hard Rock app this morning, the only legalized sports betting app in Tampa or Florida, Hard Rock app, they have them, the Chiefs favored by 11 points, and the over under is 48. So if you're into that kind of stuff, those are the numbers. We have Jaden Daniels out, Terry McLaurin in, Debo Samuel in. We also have Kareem Hunt in. Those are the main players you're looking for fantasy on the injury report. Your auto starts are, of course, Patrick Mahomes. Come on. Quarterback 2 currently, averaging 25 fantasy points per game. He has had 4 games over 25 points in a row, and it's a standing streak, so he could extend it to 5. All right, so 4 games in a row over 25 points. He hasn't done that since weeks 7 and 11, weeks 7 through 11 in 2022. He had a bye week in week 8, so he had a bye week in between that. But we had to go back to 2022 till he had that feat. So Mahomes is on a different level right now. Of course, start him. You're happy with it. And honestly, you got a huge discount on Mahomes this year because people like Justin Bowerly were down on him, saying he's not the same. Or you have people like Chris Sims saying he's past his prime. You guys all fed him the power he needed to succeed this year. So thank you for that. Rashee Rice, auto start, coming off a 10 target game. I told you this. Everyone, listen to me. Rashee Rice is a top, I'm 7 dynasty player, wide receiver, top 7 dynasty wide receiver. And he is a top 5 redraft receiver rest of season. No doubt about it. He's up there with Jamar Chase. He's up there with Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's up there with the greats this year because he is their option. Went through it last week. 10 targets. The second most targeted player on the Chiefs was a third string running back in Brashard Smith, who had 5. There's no other option. Justin remembers the show I did this on. He is the new Travis Kelce. He runs the Kelce routes. He's doing everything Kelce did but block. I don't think Kelce blocked that much. And Kelce's just break glass in case of emergency. Guess what? The emergency is now over. You could put the glass back on there. You can put the fire thing over back on there. We have Rashee Rice back. Travis Kelce can go back into resting for the playoffs. We have our superstar in Rashee Rice. 42 yards last week, 2 touchdowns. I expect more on the yardage front. So hopefully we'll get that. I never said Mahomes was bad. I just didn't like him. Sure, Justin. Sure. Let's go look at the preseason rankings and see where you had him. All right. These are players you're going to start either way. They're not auto starts, but you're going to start them. Debo Samuel. He's currently the wide receiver 28 right now, 15.7 fantasy points per game. Keep in mind, players have already played, so that's why he's lower than he should be. He has 3 20-point games this season. He's been a lot better than I expected him to be, a lot better than I think you expected him to be. He's had 2 games with Marcus Mariota where he started and finished the full game. He scored 4.9 points the first game. The next game, he scored 20.1. So it looks like they came into a groove, came into some kind of understanding the second game where he went off. So Debo Samuel is a start this week. You're going to start him. He's in your lineup. I had Mahomes as quarterback 10, which is a starter. Justin's just pulling these receipts. Where did I have him? I probably had him low too. I'm not going to lie. I probably had him low too. But I definitely had him higher than 10. I'll tell you that. Low to me is 5. Mahomes, you know why? You know why? Last year we did our award show, and we did the most consistent player award. And Topher was our host. He judged everything. And I fought tooth and nail to say Mahomes is the most consistent fantasy player of last year. It doesn't matter if he was good or bad. He's a forget it and set it kind of guy. He was never going to give you a down week. He was never going to give you that boom week. It was just like 17 points a week. And you're fine with that at your quarterback position. This week he's doing that plus better. Mahomes is on a different level. Y'all need to stop hating on him. I had him at quarterback 8. It's respectable. That's better than yours. I I mean, come on, man. I probably had Drake May ahead of him, right? Probably. Terry McLaurin coming back, just 10 catches all season. I don't trust him. You're going to start him. I don't trust him with Marcus Mariota. I don't trust Terry McLaurin at all. Let's be honest. The only difference between last year and every other year Terry McLaurin has ever played was he had 13 or 12 touchdowns. Other than that, he always scores about 2 to 3 touchdowns. If you're lucky, he gets you 4. The touchdowns were a big deal last year. He has fallen. I'm not saying he's fallen down to earth, but the whole holdout situation, him getting paid, missing all. If you drafted him, you weren't reading the tea leaves. You weren't reading anything. You just, oh yeah, he was good last year. You should have seen this coming. But he's playing tonight, so start him if you have him, if you need him. I'm not. I had Drake May at quarterback 9. There you go. I'm not showing that last where I had Jonathan Taylor. I'm not, because I know I faded him. I know I had Jonathan Taylor low. I know I did. I know. JCM, running back, Washington Commanders, not involved in the passing game at all. Just 7 catches all season. That's not great. You kind of want your running backs. Is that less than Jordan Mason? So, Justin, you're my de facto producer today. I'll look it up myself. Does Jordan Mason have more than 7 catches? Because that's something interesting. Jordan Mason receptions 2025. Because let's be honest, I think Jordan Mason's the least pass catching back in the league right now. Yep, he has 10. So it's official. Jordan Mason has more catches than JCM, Mr. Bill Crosby himself. But you know, it is what it is right now. He has 62 yards a game, JCM, so he is getting it done kind of on the ground. He had a week where he scored 27 points, which blew his average out of the water. It's really hard to trust JCM. It's really hard to get behind him and think, I'm going to start him and he's going to do really well. Because honestly, at the end of the day, he's probably just going to get 50 rushing yards, nothing else, and score you 6.2 fantasy points. But if you're in a pinch, I know it was by Mageddon, you have to start him. And Zach Ertz back-to-back double-digit fantasy points weeks. It is still, is it National Tight End Day? Like, does it extend to Monday? I'm going to, if office workers can extend holidays that happen on Sunday to Monday, I can do that for fantasy football. So it is still National Tight End Day. And Zach Ertz, I'm going to predict this right now, and I'm going to bet it on the Hard Rock app, will score a touchdown. You're okay to start Zach Ertz tonight. I think Zach Ertz and Marcus Mariota are going to link together tonight, and he will score a touchdown. So you can definitely start Mr. Zach Ertz. I need JCM to score 40 points tonight. Good luck, brother. And you're saying that the holiday does not extend to Sunday, huh, Justin? I think it does. I think, again, if Halloween, we don't recognize Halloween, but if Christmas was on a Sunday, we're off Monday. Like that's how life works here in America. So if Tight End Day was on Sunday, it's also today. So happy National Tight End Day to everybody out there watching. If you're starting Zach Ertz, he's going to score a touchdown. You're welcome for that. If you're starting Travis Kelce, he might score. Notice how I didn't talk about Travis Kelce today? Come on. If you have Kelce, you're starting him. He may score a touchdown as well, but I think Rashee Rice is going to get the majority of those targets that Kelce did have. But that's going to do it for the show. We're closing the cafe. I hope everybody had a great time, a great weekend. Hope everybody won their matchups. We did have someone in the chat say that they are 6-2. Force. So Force, congratulations on that. I went 6-2 in my home league. But there are some, results still pending tonight. So let me know, comment in the chat below if you're watching this after the fact. What do you need? Do you need JCM to score 60 points like Justin? Do you need Mahomes to score just 12 points? Is it something as simple as I just need Rashee Rice to get 1 catch? Let me know down below because I want to root for you. All my matchups are locked up. So I'll be rooting for you guys. But until next week, guys, my name's Josh. This has been Cold Brews and Hot Takes. I'll see you Wednesday when I meet Justin for the Fantasy Showdown. That's right. I can't wait to see you, Justin. I can't wait to see you. Peace out, guys.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.